Hello and welcome back to Midlife Strife. Alright, today we are going to do something very different. We are going to take you guys on a actual Jiu Jitsu tournament. I'm signing up my son for a tournament. We are going to be weighing in and filling out the paperwork, and we're going to walk you through everything from how it works when you get there, what it looks like on the inside, what the arenas are, what the mats look like, that kind of thing. I'm also going to give you guys some pointers if you haven't done one before, as far as what you need to be ready for when you're going into a tournament. Number one, the reason we're going today is Friday. The tournament is actually Saturday. It's tomorrow, but they allow you to weigh in the day before. And when you weigh in the day before, it's much better because you save a lot of time. These places, a lot of times, they want you there at 8 o'clock to register and to weigh in. Even if you registered ahead of time, they want you there early to weigh in. There's usually a huge line of people. And if your son is older, 8, 9, 10, especially if they're older than that, they want you there at 8 for the weigh-ins, but he may not roll until like 11 o'clock in the morning. So you're basically just sitting around all that time waiting for your weight class or your age to go. So we always go and we weigh in the day before. We register and we get all that out of the way. That way you can just show up. I think tomorrow we don't have to be there till 10 after the weigh-ins. So it should be pretty smooth. We always do 2 divisions, gi and no gi. So we're going to get those out of the way. Okay, a couple other things about tournaments. First tournament I went to, I was completely unprepared. I should have listened to my wife. She's like, you should take a bag. You should take some water, which I did have. You should take a cooler and some snacks and all that kind of stuff. I didn't do it. And boy, after that, I looked at these people that have been to a million different tournaments. This will be Sebastian's 9th tournament. So I can tell you right now, we're seasoned veterans. So you definitely have to take a bag. We take, not only to hold his gi in for when he's doing no gi, but like, a change of shirt when you're leaving if you want to go eat, take some snacks. We don't take a cooler. We bring the big Yeti cup filled with ice water, and that usually lasts for a good amount of time. But some of the places don't have very comfortable bleachers. So this place is brand new from what I'm being told. It's less than a year old. It's only a few months old, I think. And it has like the backrest with like padded leather and everything. It's supposed to be really, really nice. Brand new state-of-the-art place. We have yet to do a tournament in that type of environment. They're usually old wooden pull-out bleachers. So we take those little folding seats with the backs on them, the little support of your back, because your back as a parent, kids not so much, but as a parent will be destroyed by the end, especially if you're there 4, 5, 6, 7 hours. Some of these new breed tournaments and Nagas, I mean, we've been to some where we were there until 6 and we got there at like 8 in the morning before we started weighing in the day before. So it's definitely a good idea to weigh in the day before, get there. It allows you to get there a little later. They still tell you, we do the rules at 9 and 9:30 and we do bracketing at 9:30. Honestly, you don't need to be there for any of that. If one of your coaches are there, which they will be for the little ones, you don't need to be there for that. Just find out what time they roll. I think he said 10:30 is his estimated time to roll, which they're never on time. So we'll probably get there at like 10, and that just, enables you to be there a little bit later, sleep in a little more. You can sleep in a little bit. It gives you time to get breakfast. You definitely want to get some breakfast in. You don't want to eat right before the tournament, just so you don't have like an upset stomach and all that kind of stuff. I typically don't eat hours before I go to class. Same thing with him. We try not to eat right before class. So I'll let him get a breakfast, let him digest it, get plenty of fluids in him. Gives you time to check the nails and all that stuff, make sure they're trimmed and everything's out of the way. I guess if you have a daughter and she's competing, make sure the hair is, braided or whatever it is you're going to do. So it lets you prepare for that. But getting to the tournament, you do also, it just occurred to me, you do also not want to get there so late that there's not enough time for your child to warm up, or yourself if you're competing as an adult. You want to make sure you get there with at least a good 20-30 minutes. So like I said, if he's estimated to roll at like 10:30, we'll show up at like 10, maybe 9:45. That'll give him time to, get his mouthpiece in before and all that. Make sure you get to the mat, because they start calling your name and all that. That'll give him time to get to the mats. They always have a separate area for the kids to warm up on, so you can do that. The other thing that's going to be kind of weird about these tournaments is, depending on the sound system, sometimes they're really hard to understand what they're saying because it's all garbled, and they want you listening for your child's name and going to the appropriate mat. They do give you a paper, and on the paper it shows what ring he's going to be on, for gi, what ring he's going to be on for no gi. Sometimes it's the same, and your estimated time. Sometimes they don't, and they're just paging you on the, they're paging your child's name or your name, and you're waiting for that. So, you know, you have to kind of really be paying attention. You can't be like sleeping and off in La La Land, because you're going to end up missing it. So that's another thing you kind of need to be aware of when you're going there. And you also want to be aware of where things are. So, like, you know, if you do forget to bring your snacks, like where it is, and, you know, have your flip-flops, because they're huge on shoes on the mat. When they go to the bathroom, if your child needs to go to the bathroom, and they will be there usually hours. These things are, especially the bigger ones where they get, like, you know, with spectators and everything, 1,000 people or 1,500 people. It could be, you could be there for 8 hours. So you definitely gotta go to the bathroom. They're really huge on, if your sandals and all that, if you go into the bathroom barefoot, they will not let you compete. So they're really huge on that. It's pretty standard operating procedure. Same thing when you go to your gym. You know, if you step outside the gym and you're out in the street and you're barefoot, they're gonna make you wipe your feet off. Same thing. It's like a DQ if you go into the bathroom and all that barefoot. So that's like a huge thing. So, you know, it just gives you time to make all your preparations and be ready and all that. So with that, we're going to be pulling into the place. It's very close to my house. We'll take a look at what he's going to weigh, and this will be the first time he's going to be in the bottom of his weight class and the bottom of the 9 and ups and all that kind of stuff. It's kind of a new experience for him in a new facility, but it's very close to the house. So that's kind of nice. So we'll take a look at what it looks like inside, and then after that, we'll be Saturday morning and we'll go to the tournament and see what happens. All right, so we just got here. We're about to go in and do weigh-ins. A couple of things that occurred to me. Number one, depending on what your child's skill level is, or your skill level as an adult, depending on what your experience is. I know with kids, typically it's 6 months or less they call novice, and most of the time those, I think all of the time, they're no submission. So the way you win is you just win strictly on points. There's not going to be any submissions of any kind. It's just going to be taking the back. You know, you're getting 4 points for taking the back, 4 points for mount, and 3, I think, for side control, a couple points for takedown, stuff like that, and you rack up points. So they don't do any submissions in those low experience ones, so your 6 months and all that. Once they start doing submissions, and I believe it's over 6 months or whatever, and then they typically go novice. Beginner is typically up to a year, and then intermediate is a year to 2 years, and then advanced is 2 years to 3 years, and then expert is over 3 years. Typically, it also depends on which one you are. This is a NAGA tournament. There's IBJJF, there's New Breed, there's grappling games, there's all kinds of different hosts and tournaments that done. He's already done all of those. So you just need to be aware of the rules. Things like slamming and stuff like that, they typically allow for the adults, but not for the kids. When they're younger, I remember one of the first tournaments he did when he was younger, when he did a guillotine, you had to have an arm in. You couldn't just have the head. That changes, I guess, when you get older, or once you go out of beginners and all that kind of stuff, then they allow you to have, it also depends on the tournament. Sometimes they still do it, even with kids. Sometimes they'll ban head and arm chokes, even for his age group now. It's kind of crazy. So you want to get there early enough, if you haven't looked it up online already, to where you're aware of the rules, and they'll have a rule sheet, and it'll say that no head and arm chokes, no slamming, you know, all that kind of stuff. What's allowed, what's not, no pulling the head on triangles. It's probably in the advanced and the expert levels they might let you, but you want to be aware of that, because that's all you need, is to be in a great situation, get a submission in your hands, and then, you know, pull the head in a triangle and then get DQ'd. So you want to be aware of that ahead of time, even as an adult, what's allowed and what's not allowed. Make sure you read the rules. You don't have to be there early at 9 o'clock for the rules. I mean, you don't need to hear them. They give you a paper. You have them written down so you know. So it's not that big a deal. But anyway, we're off inside. We're going to see what it looks like inside and get him weighed in. So you excited? Yeah. All right, this is the line. It's not quite 6. They start weigh-ins at 6. Still in line. Thought we would be early and we'd be here first, but apparently that's not the case. So we're waiting, and the sun is pounding, and it is brutally hot out right now. Okay, so these are the many forms you got to fill out. We got to take them inside. We're registering, and we are going to weigh him in. Get some video from inside in a minute. All right, so all these people are here for registration. We are about to go turn in and register. So here we go. Okay, so there's the store where you can buy all the shirts and paraphernalia, and Sebastian is really excited. Here's where they're going to be setting up. Obviously they haven't put all the chairs and everything up yet. Here's a look at the rings. This one looks like it's 10 rings. Some of the ones we go to are usually 12. They probably have a warm-up area over there tomorrow. We'll document that tomorrow. They're probably going to put some bleachers up and stuff like that, or some seats. It looks like these bleachers just roll out, it looks like. So this place is brand new. This complex is only like a year old or something like that. So it should be pretty nice. We're headed to weigh-ins right over there. We'll see what he weighs in at. Okay, so here's the scales. This is where they're processing everything. Okay, and Sebastian weighed in at 63 pounds, which is an all-time high for him. He hasn't competed in the 60-pound weight class yet, so we'll see how that works out for him. He's also just turned 9, so he's in that bracket, and we'll see how that goes. So we'll be back tomorrow morning at 10 a.m., maybe a few minutes earlier. Luckily, this one's close to our house, and we'll see how things go. See you guys. Okay, so it is the morning of the tournament. It is 9:32, just left our house. We wanted to shoot to be there about 9:45. I want to have time to park and everything, so we're on our way, excited. We had an egg, some strawberries, something light, but something to give them a little bit of energy, so we'll see how everything goes. We'll check in again when we get there. Oh yeah? Wow, it's smaller than I thought at this hour. I thought there'd be more kids. They're not going to pull these bleachers out? The ones up in Coral Springs are much fuller. Alright. So here we are. Sebastian, you ready? You ready to take that sword? Alright. Let's see what happens. Let's see if we can find our team and get ready. And there they are. Alright, so they're warming up. These are warm-up mats. My parents. Way less people. They didn't even pull the bleacher seats out. There's Sebastian right there. You see the other warm-up mat. People walking around. One of the coaches is here. This is where they do the awards right over there. They stand on the platform. Weigh-in area. They even have, this place is nice. They even have box seats. It's really cool. Okay, so you can get an idea. The competition has just started. Alright, so it's a lot of downtime. We got here after weigh-ins yesterday. We got here late, and it was still, we got here at like almost 10, or 9:45, and it's like almost, what time is it now? It is almost 1. I'm sorry, it's almost 12. And they still are not even close to his start time, which should have been 10:30. So that's why you gotta come bring games for your kids and stuff. They want them to stay warmed up, but bring a little Game Boy or a book or something like that, because there's gonna be a lot of downtime. So we're still waiting around. You can see a lot of the matches going on. So some kind of electronics would be good. And then every once in a while, keep them warm, all right?
Sebastian, let's control. Yes, good. Watch your hand. Control first. Sebastian, get your arm.
Come on, Baz. Triangle, Baz.
Sit up, push up. Open your body.
Nice. Good. Take back.
In the middle.
Again, top. Mount.
Lock his head up, Sebastian.
Lock his head up.
Sebastian, lock his head up.
Lock his head up. Lock his head up.
Sebastian, hands in the middle, Sebastian. Hands in the middle.
Hands in the middle, Baz.
Huh?
You gotta film by the barricades.
I'm his parent.
We only allow one person at ringside.
He said one coach or one parent.
Yes, very good.
I'm not in the way, man. Come on. There you go, Baz. Lock it up.
Sit on sweep, Come on. Okay. Hit the skate, Sebastian. Okay. Right up the skate. Go off, Sebastian. Hit the skate. You're right. Open up the guard. Yes. Yeah. Open up the guard. On your hips.
On your hips.
Gotta sweep, Sebastian.
Sweep, Seba.
Go, boys, Sebastian. Go. Bring it.
Yes. Nice. Yes.
Bring the other one in.
Yeah.
Drop your head to the floor. Drop your head to the floor. Grab and go. Right in there. Hold cross, let's get a better angle next time on the long bar. Yeah, hold it up. Keep attacking, Sebastian. Keep attacking. You can get it.
Come on, Baz.
Armbar, yeah. Armbar.
Armbar. Armbar. Control the wrist, Baz. Control the wrist.
There, yeah.
Control the wrist. The wrist. The wrist. Armbar. There.
Get back to your guard.
Yes. Nice job, Baz. Nice. He's like an armbar machine today. There you go, Baz. Come on. There you go. Lock it up. Keep attacking.
Sweep, double ankle sweep. Control his ankle. Control the ankle.
Pull your ankles.
Pull his head back down.
Pull his head back. Posture. Armbar, right there. Armbar. Nice, Baz. Stay heavy.
Hook, back to the back.
Take the back. Body triangle.
Save your energy.
Let's go. Look for the choke.
Hey, choke with your right hand. Take your right hand.
Choke with your right hand, Baz. Choke with your right hand.
Watch his chin. Get his chin up.
Watch his chin. Get his chin up. Pull him back. There you go. Gable grip, Baz. Gable.
Readjust, Sebastian. Readjust and get under his chin.
Keep adjusting.
Readjust and get back underneath his chin.
Come on.
Hey, look, pull it back over to your right, Sebastian.
Lean back over to your right.
Belly down. Get his belly down.
Don't let go. On top. Take the back, hook.
No, keep fishing for the choke.
Keep pushing for the choke, Seba.
Sebastian, go back out to his back.
Mount him. Put him on his back. Sebastian. Come on, 50 seconds. That's it. Yeah. Good job, Baz. Yeah. Cool. Awesome job. All of you guys.
Great job, guys.
Everybody. There's Sebastian. Super excited. He got his sword. We're waiting for Guy. We've been waiting around forever and ever, and they're way behind schedule.
One of my friends didn't even do a match in Nogi yet.
Yeah. Yep. I'm still waiting around for Guy Intermediate to start. So we'll see where we are. Pull him in, Baz. Pull him in, Baz.
Behind him.
Get behind him. Take his back. Take his back.
Make space, Sebastian.
Make space. Make space.
There it is. Get up.
Get up. Get up. Get up. Get up. Take his back. Take his seatbelt.
Again.
Again, Baz. Again.
Again, Sebastian.
Again, Baz.
Yeah.
Again.
Make space. Get your guard back.
Make space. Get your guard. There. Yeah.
Body triangle.
Body triangle.
Closer in, Ray.
Body triangle.
Body triangle now.
Yeah.
Triangle now.
Nice. Body triangle, Baz. Body triangle.
Stay with him.
Stay with him, Baz. Tight.
Get behind him, Sebastian. Get behind him.
Get behind him. Pull him in. No. Mount. Arms out. Oh.
To the back.
Take his back. Tight.
High guard. Triangle.
Triangle, Baz. Triangle.
Close your guard.
Close your guard, Baz.
Close the guard.
Close your guard.
Get it back. Let's go, Sebastian.
Come on, Baz. Keep going. Keep moving. Keep moving.
Sebastian, let's get behind him again. Get behind him again.
Get behind him again, Baz. Get behind him. Get behind him. There you go.
Get it. Get behind him.
There you go. Get behind him. Make space. Top.
There it is on that side.
Again. Get behind
Go
him.
leg over. Go, Sebastian. Don't let him. Sideways. Get on the side. Get on your side. Get your half. Come up.
Up. Get into him. Lean into him.
There it is.
All right. Hey, you did really well, Baz. For being in that first time in intermediate, that was really good. All right, so we are finished. Sebastian just finished his gi competition. We moved up to the intermediate level, and that for his being his first time going to intermediate, I was very impressed. He ended up taking that kid's back. At one point it was tied, it was 4-4, so he did real well for the first time ever going to intermediate. Very impressed with him. And he got his sword from the other class. So first place. So we'll see how it goes in the next tournament. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It gets you a good feel for what it's like to be in a tournament and what to expect. And thank you for your viewership, and I'll see you next week.